If you're anything like me, you probably remember the moment in your life when the concept of manifestation went from being just a silly theory that was just too good to be true, to being something that you experienced day in, day out, and possibly for some of you out there, even a staple aspect of your magical practice. But what happens when the juices run low, so to speak, when your inspiration wavers and maybe the dreaded lust for results gets in the way? Or maybe the harshness of your reality is so difficult to ignore that it bullies you into recognizing it and focusing on it, drawing your attention away from the results you're actually after. Or maybe you're among those people who haven't experienced the power of manifestation yet, and while it sounds like a cute idea, you feel like, well, this just isn't something that you can believe in enough to actually rely upon it. In fact, you're not even sure it's worth the effort to try. The world works in a particular way, and magic is for the unscientifically minded and gullible. Well, following last week's video in which I introduced some of you to your mind palace, and yes, sure enough, if you'd like to go and check that one out first, by all means go and do so by following the links in the description. It's just a 15-minute process, and most people have said that they really enjoyed it. But if you've done that already, then this video is one of the standalone follow-up videos that I promised you, with extra useful rooms that you might be glad to find in your own mind palace. So today I want to introduce you to a very particular character who lives in your mind palace, working tirelessly to create little energy balls by digesting the energy that you don't want in your life. It's kind of cool, and if you're interested, I'll show you what you can do with those little spheres of raw energy to help you with the manifestation process. Whether you believe in the magic or not, what I can definitely guarantee you is a relaxing 15 minutes. So let me first invite you to find a comfortable spot, maybe sitting straight on a chair, maybe on your bed, with your back upright if you're able to sit in that position, and if not, any position in which you find yourself to be comfortable but unlikely to fall asleep. And as you sit there, I want you to just let your eyes close gently. And we're going to focus on your breathing once again for a few breaths. Just pay attention to the in, out of the air, reaching your lungs, not forcing it one way or another, just allowing it to happen. I'm going to take a deeper breath and let it out. And when you're ready, another deeper breath and let it out. A third deeper breath and let it out. And we're going to focus our attention at the top of our head, and let that attention descend down into our forehead, really relaxing the muscles in our forehead, and down into our eyes, the little muscles around our eyes, really relaxing those little muscles, and down into our cheeks, relaxing our cheeks and our jaw. You can give your jaw a little wiggle if you like to make sure that it's properly relaxed. Let your neck relax. Sure that you're still sitting nice and straight, but your neck is nice and relaxed, and then down into your shoulders. Shake out a bit of a tension that might still be in your shoulders, and allow that relaxing sensation to go down into your arms, forearms, down into your hands and out of your fingers. We're going to let that attention, that awareness go to the back of our neck, all the way down our back, relaxing our back, relaxing our chest, down into our stomach, down into our hips. Relax those muscles down into your thighs, into your legs, down into your ankles and feet and toes. We're going to bring our attention all the way back up through the core of our body, up to the spot just in between our eyebrows, all the way back up there. And with your eyes still closed, feel free to just look up to that spot there, just in between your eyebrows. At least focus your attention there. Notice if you see anything interesting there. If you spot any visualizations that happen naturally, whatever it is you might see, I want you to look around for a door, and it may or may not be in the same place as you saw earlier on if you've done the previous visualization. The point is that there is a door somewhere in your awareness. You're going to go and walk over to it, place your hand on the handle of the door, and you're going to open that door. And the door gives way and you walk through. And there's a second door. Go to the second door. You step through and you find a third door with that familiar breeze coming from beneath it, fresh air and natural light just peeping through from underneath it. And you're going to place your hand on the handle of that door. You're going to push that door open and step through into your kingdom. Take a look around, take a deep breath and breathe in the fresh air. Notice how nice the weather is. Notice how comfortable the breeze is on your face. I'm going to walk forwards all the way to the palace at the center of your kingdom. You're going to walk up to the front door. You'll find yourself once again in that entrance. Take a look around, see if anything has changed since last time or if everything is more or less still in the same place. Now that you're here, you might want to go and explore a little bit. See if there are any places that you've been wanting to check out, and now that you're here, you can. And when you're ready, you can return to the entrance, and somewhere you're going to find a short staircase. It's not a grand staircase, it's a short staircase, possibly off to a side somewhere. It's going to lead you to an archway where there are some heavy velvet curtains. When you reach the curtains, push the heavy curtains to one side. Feel how luxurious that curtain feels, how heavy and soft it feels under your fingers. And when you walk through, you'll notice that there is a wall of shelves somewhere in the room. And on the shelves are transparent balls that seem to be glowing with a fascinating colour and light. And there's an energy at the core of each one. You can walk over to take a closer look. Notice what the floor looks like, notice what the walls look like, and the ceiling, and where the light is coming from. And you're going to summon the Transmuter. The Transmuter is a character in your mind's palace. I don't know what your Transmuter looks like, but your Transmuter will be different from everyone else's. All you have to do is call out that you would like to see the Transmuter, and the Transmuter will come. And you can ask the Transmuter for the name that you can use to call the Transmuter in the future. Make a mental note, see if it reminds you of anything so that you can remember the name in the near future. If you forget the name at any point, you can just call the Transmuter. The Transmuter is there to help you. It's not there to stay away if you can't remember the Transmuter's name. is delighted to help. It's your transmuter. A name is just a more personable way of calling the transmuter. And now the transmuter is going to hold out 2 hands, asking you for your unwanted energy. Now think very carefully about this. There will be energy in your life that you will actively want to get rid of. Don't go giving out the energy that you want to keep, of course. This is the opportunity to cleanse yourself of unwanted energy, energies that have turned sour maybe, energies that are misplaced, energies that are causing you discomfort in any way. And I want you to visualize all of this unwanted energy. Maybe the tiredness, maybe the anger, maybe fear, or maybe anything else that you personally don't want. You get to choose which energy you give to the transmuter. Nobody can make that choice for you. It's entirely up to you. So search your thoughts and memories, see if there's anything in your life that you would like to unburden yourself from. And just visualize all of that energy draining down your arms into the tips of your fingers and out of the tips of your fingers into a ball of energy. And the transmuter's just going to take all of that energy, opens a wide mouth, and gobbles it up with a big smile. Now the process takes a few moments, so we're just going to go over to the wall to check out those spheres of light once again. And you can reach out and grab one, any one that you like the look of. And we're going to inscribe something that you want to send to yourself in the material realm. We're going to start with something relatively small, just to experience this working. So just think of a thing that you would like to receive in the real world. And you're going to pick up a quill that is just lying on a desk nearby. And you're going to write a word or draw a symbol that represents that thing that you would like to receive on the smooth surface of that ball. You notice that as you start writing, the ink sparks and shimmers and glimmers on the surface of the ball, and the essence of the item that is represented by that word or that symbol infuses the ball with meaning and purpose. The ball is just raw energy, pure chaotic energy waiting to be given a purpose and a structure and a function and a form. And when you impose your will upon this energy by writing upon it or drawing upon it to give it a specific form, it can then order itself in a way that makes sense and that is useful for you in the real world. And now we're going to walk over to the center of the room, and in the center of the room there is what looks like an enormous funnel, like a circular table with a hole in the center and sides sloping down towards that hole in the center. And this ball that you have, upon which you've inscribed the item that you wish to receive, is between your fingers, and you're just going to let it roll onto the table, and it's just going to spiral round and round and round and round, going lower and lower and closer to that hole in the middle of the table, faster and faster and faster and faster, and finally drops through the hole, through to the material realm, where you will be waiting for it to be manifested in the material realm around you, in the real world, in the very near future. Now you hear a burping sound and there's a thud just behind you, and as you turn around you notice that the transmuter has produced a new sphere of energy. It's not the dirty energy that you gave it. This is absolutely pure, clean energy broken down into its initial components and ready to be repurposed into anything that you like. And the transmuter picks up the ball from the floor and places it with the other balls on the shelves along the wall. Now, whenever you realize in the material world that there is something lacking, you can come to this room, inscribe the item that you're missing onto one of these energy balls, allow your intention to infuse that raw energy so that it can take form as that thing that you wish to receive in the material realm, and just send it to yourself by sending it spinning around the table and down the chute that links directly to the material realm, to where you're sitting right now. And what's very exciting is that you don't know when you will receive the gift that you've sent yourself, but you can keep an eye out for it because it has to arrive one way or another. Nothing is created, nothing is lost, everything is transformed. And transformation is what the room that you have just discovered today is all about and what it's for. Remember that you can come back to this room whenever you like. You don't need my directions to come here. Now that you know that it's here, you can visit whenever you like. It's a good idea not to abuse this room. Remember that magic is about making the improbable more probable, not about making the impossible happen. But if you're reasonable, especially in the early days, you should be able to experiment with larger and larger gifts to yourself. Just transmuting any unwanted energy from your life into stuff that you need and or desire. And for now, we're just going to bring our awareness back into our body. We're just going to take a couple of deeper breaths just to anchor ourselves back into our bodies. You might like to wriggle your shoulders and stretch your neck. And when you're ready to open your eyes, stretch your arms out, breathe in deep, and enjoy the rest of your day. All right, that's what I've got for you for this week. Thank you ever so much for joining me once again. There'll be at least 2 more of these, 2 really exciting new rooms that I want to show you in the coming weeks. But for now, I'd just like to invite you to leave a comment down below if you have ever experienced anything manifesting in your life, especially if this process actually works for you, just to come back and leave a little message for anyone visiting in the future so that they know that this process actually does in fact work. But if you've experienced any kind of manifestation working at all in your life, then yeah, just share that experience with us so that we have a nice little repository of people's experiences right here. For now, I'd just like to say a big thank you for everyone who has in fact watched this video and has given the process a little try. And a huge thank you to all the Patreon members and the YouTube memberships members for keeping the channel alive for all this time. I really deeply appreciate it, and I just want you to know that it's thanks to you, all of you who've been supporting the channel so kindly and generously over the years, that I'm able to still be doing this, and I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So a very special, particular thanks first of all to all the Level Infinity Lux Eterna members, David Venturini, Aritz Murueta Ramos, Caitlin Kopok, Danny Barr, Eamon, Linda Hendricks, Stephen Hunter, and Susanna Redelfs. And also to all the Level 3 Magister Venerabilis members, whose names you can see scrolling up on the left over there. But whoever's listening, I just want you to know how deeply I appreciate your support, whether it's financial support through the memberships or simply by clicking the like button and subscribing. It all helps so much, and I want to thank you. Don't forget also that I do one-to-one video consultations where you can talk to me about any topic you like for between 25 minutes and 55 minutes. The links to all of that is down below as well. And also, if you'd like me to read your tarot cards, I do that with great pleasure, and the links for that are down below as well. My very best wishes to all of you. Take care of yourselves and of each other, and see you very soon with another video.